already got a cup. Oh, well, all right. You me, jeez. That's a great way to start. Oh. Okay. Where are we at here? What time is it? It's pretty close, actually. Okay, so we are gonna play. So I'm trying to do Friday night. I'm trying to do something board gaming. What's up, Raven Rock? How are you? Good evening. Good to see you. So we're trying to do. Maybe Friday's the worst night to do this. Maybe I should do this on Wednesday. But we're gonna see. So I'm trying to do some kind of board gamey or role playing ish, ish content. Um, on Fridays, just because the week is over. I'm gearing up for a tabletop game on Saturday, so sort of get in the mood, play something of the board tabletop persuasion as opposed to necessarily a video game persuasion. We are playing tonight a game called Dragons Down. I'm pretty good, man. I am pretty good. The week is over. It was not an easy week by any stretch. It was a rough week. So I am glad. I'm glad to see the back end of this one. Um, so, um, so yeah. So we're gonna play. So hopefully we're gonna chill out. We're gonna play some board games. And this is Dragons Down. So it is a Kickstarter. It is coming out. It's been kickstarted. It's shipping in October. I sent you an Archmagic email on CO. Oh, cool. Oh, that's cool. I haven't been on COH since, but we'll probably play again Monday. You're certainly welcome to join us, man. So we will definitely do that. Um, so it's coming out. So and I tomorrow I think I'm gonna do a little just a real quick opinion blurb. I do like this game. I do think it hits a lot of the high points of my favorite board game of all time, Magic Realm. But I do have a problem with both of the games, and that is the victory conditions always leave me a little bit cold in Magic Realm and Dragons Down. Well, I mean, as I said, it is a Kickstarter. It has been kickstarted. I pledged. It's the only Kickstarter I've ever pledged is this. So 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 darn it, you guys better come through. And like I said, it harkens back to a 1979 game called Magic Realm. It's my favorite game of all time. This is sort of a love letter to it. It is a much more streamlined modern package than Magic Realm was. Magic Realm was definitely a product of its time. 1979 Avalon Hill. Complexity 9 out of 10 on the Avalon Hill scale, or 9 out of 9. I actually don't know. But we're going to do something a little different tonight. This is absolutely an experiment. It might totally suck, in which case, well, I'm sorry I made anyone watch this. But we're going to play bingo tonight. So typically, you run around, you do a bunch of stuff, and you get victory points just by doing things, right? Oh, I found a treasure, victory point. I found a site, victory point, and so on. It's called legend points in this game. What we're going to do is our three characters have this set of objectives. When they complete them, they get to put their chip on it. You get a row of 5, column or or a row, and you win the game. Could be short. This could last like 6 minutes. We'd be done. My friend backed a Kickstarter with a lot of money, and they folded. He got nothing for his time and money. Look, yeah, absolutely. Kickstarters are, a little bit of a risk, and that's just the way it goes. I do not necessarily believe in them, but this game was certainly enough for me to go and try, hopefully, to get this done. So our first character is the human enchanter. The human gets an extra action in civilization. In fact, I will copy and paste one of her pink action cubes, hopefully, so I remember. She also can enchant for 2 instead of 3 turns. She's all offense, not very strong though, only with a staff. She has 2 spells. I picked one that gives her armor, and the other that gives her a bonus to haggle or mission bonuses. So when she completes a mission or has to haggle with a vendor, she's going to get bonus. I do not know how she's going to play because she can't run from much and she can't kill much. So I'm not real happy with this combo. I rolled them randomly, by the way. Like I just said, well, for the human, and then I rolled. This character would be much better with something with a little bit more defense. So this slot being shifted down, like an Elven Enchanter, way better choice. The human just isn't fast enough to pull this off, I feel. I'm actually wondering whether there wasn't maybe another spell I should have taken in the charm section. Yeah, no, not really. Like, you don't have a good get out of jail free card, unfortunately, with illusion, with the gold. It's not illusion, it's gold magic. Charms. Peace is great, but you need a lot more white to cast peace. So, yeah, I'm not feeling it, but we're gonna see if this unlikely combination can make it, right? Games. That's why this game is so interesting. There's so many combinations that you can go for, and she does have 15 gold. So usually I do that. That's the funny part. I usually actually keep. So I'm gonna use fame instead of gold because it says what it is. If that makes any sense. And I'm just going to put her gold fame, her gold, it's gold for now, here. Although, I should keep track. Oh, I do have a scorecard. Son of a bitch. I didn't set up my scorecard because I was assuming I was playing bingo. Oh, that was dumb on my part. Because I was like, oh, it's bingo. We're not actually going to count any of that shit. And it doesn't count for victory, but you do still have it. So I suppose the answer is set up your damn scorecard, man, because you're going to need it. Give me 2 seconds, and I will set the scorecard up. Oops. All right, room. This is, it's not a great start, but hey, here we are. So she has 15 gold. Next, we have the Dwarf Black Knight. Now, this character I do feel is definitely a good combination. The Black Knight, he can use his mace with 3 red cubes right there. He also has 4 speed cubes to play. His defense is okay. His offense is pretty good. He's got armor to protect him and a shield. I think he can kill a lot of things. He only has 4 gold to start. That's because his gear is good. I think that's a good combo. Ready to go. And then we have the half-elf, Rune Sword. This is another interesting one that's a little low. I would argue like great on offense, crap on defense. Not as crappy as the Enchantress, but still. Oh, and he does get some gear. And let me get his gear up here. Items. Search. He gets a breastplate, a buckler, breastplate, buckler. Oh, I don't want a longsword. That's not good. Leathers. Buckler leathers. Oh, there you go. There goes his breastplate. So he does have a buckler. He has leather. A short sword. And the reason is he cannot use a long sword effectively anyway. A spell and 8 gold. So there you go. So in my anxiousness to start, I did not quite set up perfectly. And the reason he takes a short sword instead of a long sword is he only has 2 might cubes to play, and we need 2 to actually get the most out of that sword. So there you go. Let me put the scores back up. There we go. There's our scores, and you'll see their gold totals right there. 15, 4, and 8. Half-Elf Rune Sword is fine. Since he doesn't have any attack spells, I would have preferred, again, an elf would have actually been weirdly better. Now, with the Rune Sword, though, you might be swinging that short sword to kill something, and having the ability to do, and so see, the fact of the matter is having 4 speed slots in attack doesn't help him because he doesn't have enough brown cubes to play here anyway. So you could have just as well been like an elf or a dwarf or something, which switches this down. So not every combo effectively uses their cubes, perfectly, right? Okay. So this is where we're at. We're going to do one last thing here. Oops, I did not. Let me get their bits. That, I'm pretty sure, is the Black Knight. That is the Rune Sword. Oops, wrong character. And the Enchanter is the weird gold elven, the leafy things. I don't know what that is. That's leafy thing. So we're gonna put these in the turn order, shuffle them up. The first thing we do, so we're gonna draw 2 tiles. So this is for each of the dwellings. So what I did to make the map is I started with the outpost, randomly chosen, and then I drew tiles and placed them as per the rules until I got 2 other dwellings. So the outpost showed up, the sanctuary showed up quickly. Then I drew all these tiles, and then finally the village showed. So there's a lot of tiles out on the board already. Now that's good on one hand for our heroes because they know where things are. And you sort of have a lay of the land. So you see the outpost is sort of centrally located in that, you have access to pretty much these tiles off the bat. The sanctuary enjoys a fairly good access to these tiles here early. The village is a little bit cut off, but if you go through the Unbroken Lands, you will get into the Flatlands and to the outpost and so on. Now, having said that, this determines what vendors are where, and this is going to probably have a big determination on who goes where. So Empty and the Smuggler in the Sanctuary, because you ideally want a vendor or 2. Artificer and Smith here in the outpost to trade with early on. And then the vendor and the scholar. So we're going to now determine start positions, and we do that just by drawing the chits out of in random order. And you will see she gets a draw first, and then the Black Knight and the Rune Sword. So where does she want to go? So the Enchanter has good relations with anyone with knowledge and charm. Not so much intellect, but knowledge and charm. So knowledge and charm sounds very scholarly. The scholar likes, nope, he does, no, I'm sorry, or wisdom. Actually, that's because it's wisdom, right? It's not knowledge, it's wisdom and charm. So artificer good, vendor good. The vendor would be good, artificer would be good, Would the smith be good? As the smith. So we're going to go. So she's going to go to the outpost. And so she starts in the outpost. That's her call. Oops, and we don't need to put these chips down. These are the tiny chips. That's right. These are simply who goes when. She goes in the outpost. Now the second picker is the Black Knight. The Black Knight, he is cunning, intellectual. Maybe the smuggler likes the least of your three stats. Like he's just shitty. Scholar, maybe. The danger with the scholar is, again, you're starting at the village, and so you're really stuck here. You have to go through these unbroken lands. Now, the caveat is every woods tile acts as a gate, and if you can enchant it, you can flip the paths, right? You'll notice that if you get to here, here's the thing, Black Knight can't enchant Jack. He is not a mage, so it really comes down to, do you start at the village and commit to going through the unbroken lands? Or do you start at the sanctuary and commit to dealing with the smuggler, who's not going to be a very good vendor to start with? Let's look real quick. Visit 3 dwellings is a big thing. Explore and place 5 tiles is, so that's an interesting one too. And I'll tell you what, the map has dictated some of this because we drew so many tiles. There are only 12 tiles left. So it is possible that someone, especially someone who starts here in the village, could quickly explore 4 or 5 tiles and gain and pop that. And maybe lock someone out of that because... So I think the Black Knight is going to start up here. And that's going to be his goal, is to unlock, and get all the unlocks in that he can. Bam, he's going to try to get this one real fast. Explore and place 5 tiles. And then visit 3 dwellings. And then this might be an easy column to do. Done. Last but not least is our rune sword. Our rune sword is stuck at the sanctuary. That's not terrible. It's not horrible. The other thing I'm going to do, and so this is going to get a little messy, and I'll tell you why. Because there's so the only problem with this bingo sort of thing is that it's going to require a lot. It requires a lot of bookkeeping. And I am one person versus, I'm playing 3 characters versus playing a single character. So that's going to be a problem for me a little bit. That was the problem with the bingo when I did it in Magic Realm, was that it actually is pretty hard to keep track of all the shit that you're trying to do. Like, formulating the strategy becomes non-trivial at that point. So we're going to try it here. There's a little bit less to do in this game, like mentally, I think. And you don't have to pre-write your moves. But I'm going to put a marker, because they've all visited 1 dwelling out of the 3. So they all might have gotten some of this that they need to get. So, okay, we are absolutely ready to start. And that's it. We're ready to start. We don't really even need to keep track of days. I suppose we will, just for giggles. So we're going to go 1 second and just take a quick look. So for instance, visit 3 dwellings, enter 3 plains tiles. There's a lot of plains tiles out already. So the Enchantress might go for that, and then you have to kill 3 kobolds. Now that's dicier. But discover 3 secret paths, pretty trivial. Kill a giant, tough, all of a sudden for her. So that is one problem she has, is the killing ones I think are going to be rough for her. She can get everything but this stupid kill. I was actually thinking of giving them all a free one. So maybe we right now sort of consider that, right? Maybe this is where she just puts hers on there. That's her freebie. And so that's what you do on your first turn. You put down on your freebie. Well, actually, we'll wait till her first turn, I suppose. Copy, copy, paste, and this is turn one. Let's pick them. Black Knight is first. Black Knight is first. So the Black Knight is first. So let's take a quick look for him. So he gets to pick his. Now he can kill a lot of things. I mean, man, I would be super surprised if this wasn't the one. Like I randomly generated these. I would not be surprised if that's not a one that almost everybody goes for. But and yet, some shit's going to go random, and you're going to be like, oh my god, but I have three of these. Um, I'm gonna say, I'm going to say that. So I'm going to go with just the concept that you should. So discovering three paths is probably not that hard. I'm going to go with the idea that you should, as best as possible, just take a corner or the middle, and we're going to go kill three lizardmen or shaman. That's our freebie. We're going to take our day now. So, scholar or vendor, are we going to trade or are we not going to trade? So keep in mind, there's at least there's one backpacky one here. Have three treasures worth 4 gold or less in your pack. So it would be good to note where some of the treasures are. I do like the idea of getting the Explorer in super quick, though. And so I will trade with the Scholar. So let's set the Scholar up. So if we set the Scholar up, we have Black Follower possess an epic treasure that is a weapon. Complete the mission at the crypt, remove the treasure, draw 1 outlaw token from the game. So as part of our trade, we can take any missions. Well, 2 of them, up to 2. I'm going to take Black Follower. We're already at the Scholar, so we have to discard this and draw a new one. Forester. So you can still complete these missions. You're not. We don't have any money, so that's good to know. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I will take this and body parts. And then he is supposed to, he drew 2, so he's supposed to put 2 back in there. And I'm actually going to replenish them as I go. So he took 2 missions. And the reason he took this mission, this Black Follower, is because there is commit an atrocity. So all the ones with red are atrocities. So if he can do this, he will then score that. So we have body parts, and we have black. Well, epic treasure to alter, and we have crypt, and we have I'm going to say card to crone. Done. So let's save those 2 so we remember that we have them right there like that. That's all fine and good. We are then. So we do have. Oh God, there's so many things to pay attention to. There is a potion of might. So I do know that there's notes, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to drag a note card down here. Right there for my guy. Notes. And we're going to say, Potion of Might at Scholar. Done. We need to know that. Bam. Okay. That's one turn. That's one of his cubes. He gets 4. He's going to go 2. He's going to explore here for 3. Let's see. And he has to be able to place it properly. So done. So he has explored 1. So we'll put that down there too. So that's 1. And then he moves in, that's 3, I believe. So 1. And he gets a Plains Chit. And that's a site. Oh, and that's the altar. Okay. So that's 1, and he gets the altar up. So interesting, because so find the altar is here. Oh, geez. And his atrocity also has the altar as part of it. And explore 5 tiles is here. So right now the Black Knight has a weird vibe of 1, 2, 3 right there. 3 treasures worth 4 gold or less doesn't sound too difficult. And then it just comes down to killing a griffin. We might be done in like half an hour. Yes. Bam. Good night. I'll talk to you guys next week. So that's 2. But I'm going to stick with the plan. So he went 1, 2. He went here. But if he comes back and goes 3 and then 4, he's going to have to be exposed. And dying is still dying. So he's going to go here. And we'll just go here. Done. So that'll be his move. That is his day. So that's the Black Knight. He is done today. The Enchantress is next. So she needs to place her freebie. And I am thinking that this is the freebie. I think this is it. So I'm going to place her freebie on kill an ogre, giant, or troll. Like that. So I'm going to place her freebie there. And we're going to then take her turn. Now she does have sell a scroll spellbook at the Scholar, Crone, or Astrologer. That is possible with her, with her row or column. And that's also not terrible. Kill Griffin or Bat would be tough, still. But we will do one trade with the Artificer here. So let's find the Artificer. We will spend one phase trading, because we also need missions. Temple Defiler, all natives dead. That's not a good atrocity for her. Package. Complete this mission at the next alphabetical civilization location. So she is currently at the Sanctuary. Elemental PQRSTUV, so she would have to go to the village. She will take this one, because that's an easy mission for her to complete given where she is. Oh, she actually doesn't get to see that one, so keep that in mind. Does this have anything else that she wants? A Tome of Wizardry. She would want that. Does she have 15 bucks? She does have 15 bucks. So she's going to try for that. So she's done here. And then I do believe she did pop a mission. Did she actually put it in there? Yeah, 9. Okay, good. So mission. So she takes this mission, and she has package. So she has card. Oops, wrong character. Card to village. Done. So she has card to village. That's fine. And she is going to try. She's going to make an attempt to purchase the Tome of Wizardry, which would immediately give her a cube. It's $15. She only has $15. Now everything starts costing 3 times in this game. So literally the cost for her is $45. She now has to haggle. And she has to haggle twice to get this to work. The artificer is charm-based. He likes charmers. Wisdom. Wisdom. She is wise. She needs 4 or less on these 2 dice. No one has to kill a dragon. That's probably best. Well, we have kill a dragons right here. We do have kill a dragon is there. We don't know if anyone will hit it. So far, it looks like people are trying to avoid it. But there are some dragons. The Black Knight can kill a dragon. The Rune Sword can kill a dragon. Heck, the Enchanter can kill a dragon if she can hit it 1,000 times with that stick she has without it eating her or broiling her skin off. Having said that, so she needs to roll a 4 or less on these haggle dice. Now, the rule of this game is like Magic Realm. You roll 2 dice and take the worst of the 2 dice. The highest is the worst in this case. So she wants to get 4 or less, and she rolls a 1. So she haggles once. That drops the price from $45 down to $30. 3 times to 2 times. If she haggles again successfully, it'll go to 1 times. Oh, and she gets the door shut. So literally, the artificer closes their doors on her, and they will not talk to her the rest of the day. So she is done. So that is her free phase in dwellings. So that's good. She can't talk to him again because she would talk to him again. So I think what she's going to do is she's going to quick explore around. So that's 1 phase. She has 5 today. So that was free. We'll call that the 0th phase. This is her first phase, and she gets to draw a chit because she first entered there, and she does get an item. I'll put that there to note that. So I'm going to shuffle that deck. I'm going to draw an item for her. And it's a dagger. Here's the thing. For her, the dagger is actually more useful, strangely enough. It only takes 1 hand. It can be thrown in a pinch. And it has a sharpness a symbol. So the damage is actually 1 sharp instead of just 1. Because she can only play 1 might cube. She's not that strong. She's not strong enough to actually wield the staff to its fullest potential. But she could knife a dude with the stiletto. So she picks that up. That's her second. That's her first phase. Her non-free phase. So that's 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I'm sorry. 1. Unfortunately, this is 2, 3. And I think I'm going to stay there. And the reason I'm going to stay there is I'm going to cast tonight. And I will even put these cubes down here to make sure I remember that I'm going to cast, right? Because I'm absolutely going to remember. Because you will absolutely remind me I'm trying to cast tonight. Done. But she is done with her day. And that leaves us with the Rune Sword. And the Rune Sword has to figure out what the hell the Rune Sword is doing. I like this Enter 3 Plains tiles. I do. I do like that. I like Find the Altar because they're right there. Enter 3 Plains tiles is 1, 2, 3. That is doable. Altar is far, but doable. Ugh. Now there aren't Enter 3 Woods tiles. No. And we don't have a lot of gold. I might not trade. I might just go, I'm good for now, sir. And we might, so we're going to go 1. Now I'm going to copy and paste this to show that I've been here. And we get a Plains token. Oh, and you know what? I need to do that for the Black Knight because he's also entered a Plains tile. Done. And that is a gate in 2. Ooh, we need another gate. And we can step through them. And that's another one. Yeah, and that's right there. Ooh, that looks good. And then you're looking for orcs the rest of the game. And you're waiting. You're just waiting for orcs to appear for like 80 turns. That's what's going to happen. So okay, so that's one. That's fine. That's all fine and good. I'm going to go 2, and then I'm going to do 2 things. I am going to hide or sneak, I should say, an alert. And he moved twice, so we would put these cubes here normally, but I don't. I'm not paying that much attention. And the reason is a very simple reason. Is because here he can find direwolves actually, and kill direwolf is right there, and owlbears, which is pretty interesting because I just put beasts as one. So that really weirdly worked out. But I'm not sure I like that that's on the same tile, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. So if he gets lucky, so alerting allows him to play 6 cubes instead of 5 cubes a turn. And that can be important in some of these fights. So he moves in and then he sort of slow plays it and sees maybe direwolves will show up first turn, and he's just rocking this. So let me put these dice in the order that I typically like to see them, which is a nice little square here. And so at the end of the day, we roll these dice, and if the symbols match to any of the symbols people are on, monsters will appear. So let's look and see what the symbols are. So the symbols mean that monsters will return they will leave the board if they have to. So if they were alone. So nothing appears with the white dice. With the black dice, we're looking for anyone. Well, we had some right there. And no, but no one is in this tile. And so nothing appears right now. And so the first day passes uneventfully. That night, she is going to cast Charm. So casting Charm forces her to use 2 cubes, one of a gold color and one of any color. She has to wound this one and put it in the out of play. This one goes back to in play. Today, for the rest of the day, all her attributes are +2 for haggle attempts, which means her knowledge, her wisdom is 6. So she can almost not fail this until she rolls that door. So she is very, very, very pleasing to the vendors. So it's day 2. Let's draw the chits again. The Enchanter is first. Black Knight again. So it looks like we're going in the same order. Is that random still? The order? Yeah, it's random order. Okay. Enchantress first. She's going to trade. That's her free action. She's going to try to buy off of our Artificer the tome for $45. Let's reduce it to $30. Bam, we did. Let's reduce it to $15. No. And he slams the door again. He knows that she bespelled him and slams the door in his face. That is unfortunate. She's going to go to the smith, though, this time. There's no reason not to. She has a +2 to all the things. The smith likes charm. She can be charming, can't she? Let's take a quick look through her deck. She must kill all the dwarves in the mines. I'm okay. She could draw this to complete this with the smuggler and make some cash. So she will draw that mission and then refill the mission, the smith's mission. Does he have anything that she could use? Oh. I mean, that's a big deal. 1 flight? I think we're gonna okay. That does ruin our plan to buy crap. So maybe we don't do that. So she now also has card to smuggler, which will help her get money effectively. Yeah, you know what she's going to do with the smith? She's going to roll on those boots. I'm rolling on those boots. Let's roll on the boots. The boots are 10. That means 30. That's a success. Our intellect is, or no, charm is 6. We're going to get them down to 10. Oh, yeah, we're getting them down to 10. 100%. The boots are $10. We're going to buy them for $10. So these are the brogans of the birds. They go in her boot slot. They are legendary, so she gets a legend point and 5 fame. Now, legend points don't have anything going right now. Like, we don't actually count them for anything. And she did spend $10, though. The fame does count for certain things. I don't know if anything in this has fame. Yeah, I don't think anything in here matters. But there are things like have 40 fame or, get a title or whatever. None of these are that. So the fame really doesn't matter either. Her legend points and fame are sort of pointless. The reason she buys this is because they allow her to fly 1 move. And flight, I'm going to look it up while I'm going to look it up for a moment here. Give me 1 second. Flying. Some monsters have the ability to fly. A hero that can fly. Each move costs 1 action regardless of terrain. Flying heroes may move to an adjacent clearing via a path, or if not currently in a cave, they can move to any non-cave clearing in the current tile, or a randomly determined non-cave clearing in an adjacent tile. So 1 move out of her day, she can just go from here to this tile and just land randomly somewhere in that tile, which is a huge deal in movement. And so, okay. So she traded once, she traded twice. So those are her 2 trades for the day. And she's sort of done trading. She's out of money. She has to get to the smuggler. So I'm going to say, she's just going to walk and, well, tell you what, she's going to fly with one of her moves to one of these 4 tiles, one of these 4 clearings. So her 3rd move gets her here. It's not ideal, but so be it. That's not going to help. Actually, she needs to be in 4. So that is her 3rd move. Her 4th move will take her to 4. And then I think she is indeed done for the day, even though she would get a 5th move, a 5th turn, because she's going to enchant tomorrow to be able to walk to the smuggler. Done. And that's it. She's gonna just stop there. That's her day. Black Knight is going to do the thing that he said he was going to do, which is explore. So we're going to explore, and we can explore. We can put this down any way where this matches up, and we do not have to match any other thing up. Normally, you have to make sure it touches 2, and so on. You don't have to do that when you're exploring. There we go. So let's do this like that. Done. He explored another tile. So let me make sure that we know that that's the case. So he is kicking it there. So he gets to move into there for free because he explored. We pull a swamp tile. And it's a treasure. That's good. Get to draw a free treasure card. There is nothing wrong with that. So we flip that bad boy over. And it is a symbol of alertness, which means we get to alert for free. Do we have anything about owning symbols? No. Also remember that we need to discover paths too. So that is 1, 2, 3. And we are unfortunately back to the fact that if we go in, we have to go in naked with no sneak. I'm not a big fan of that. So I think we are waiting again. We're slow playing this a little bit. Like dying would be bad. So we're done. It is now the Rune Sword's turn. What was the Rune Sword doing? I think he is going 1, 2, 3, and he will sneak. No alert this time, just sneak. He gets to draw this. He gets an item. He's actually looking for a gate now. That would be super, super useful. Battle Axe. He cannot use a Battle Axe super effectively. For him, it's no more effective than a short sword. So, because he's not strong enough. So now, let's roll 4 monsters. Got a lot of possibilities for monsters. Caves, no one's in a cave. And a site. And no one is in a tile with a site. So we are safe again for this day. And now we put these away. And somehow we lost. I lost the Enchantress. Oh, no, I did not. I did not lose the Enchantress. I mean, I did. I totally did. Where did I put her chip? Okay, copy, paste, done. Oh, we're going to have to shrink this. That's too bad. Okay. So there we go. We'll put these back, and let's draw again next turn. We have 4 in here. How did that happen? 2, 3, 4. Okay, delete. No. Okay, done. Try again. It's turn 3. Let's go. Enchantress is first. The Rune Sword is second. The Enchantress goes first. So the Enchantress, doing what she's going to do. Now, she does not get the free cube right now because she only gets it when she's in a dwelling. She's going to use 2 and enchant. Normally, it's 3 to enchant. She only needs 2 to enchant as per her special ability. So she uses 2 to enchant. She can take any one of these, any one of her cubes, even a wounded cube, copy it and put it here, and she does. So she's going to enchant this with gold magic. We're going to flip it, because you flip it when you enchant it. And then that's 2 of her moves. She's going to use her third move. And that's going to give her her free cube. So her third move is a move. She then gets the freebie to do a trade action, which is going to allow her to turn in the illegal goods. So, illegal good earns her 20 gold. It earns her 5 more fame. She gets an outlaw token, which hurts her haggling ability, which sort of sucks, since that is her power, weirdly. And she gets to roll 4 of these dice to get more crap. So 6 gold, and 10 gold. 16 more gold for a total of 41 gold. Dang. That was good. That was good. I'll take the outlaw token for 41. For a final total of 41 gold. Yeah, she got 20 plus 16, so 36 gold plus her 5 gives her a total of 41 gold for turning in the card to the illicit goods. So that was pretty good. She has visited 2 dwellings. We need to make sure we copy her thingy there and paste it. So she's visited 2 dwellings. And she has a single turn left. What is that? What's that going to do? What is she going to do with that single turn? I mean, she's going to trade with the smuggler. I mean, she did, but only to turn the thing in. To actually look at his stuff, she has to do it again, effectively. So we'll do the smuggler setup. And so search real quick. Kill treants, kill giants. Boots. Peace pendant. Hawkeye, symbol of magic. Spell scroll. So she cannot sell it here, but if you can sell a scroll or spell book at the scholar, crone, or astrologer, that would be that would put a points on the card. And she has 41 bucks. So you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna take a quick look at that. She's gonna take a quick look at this spell scroll right here, like that. And what she has to do is it has a single scroll. She has to pull a spell and flip it, and it is charm. And so it's $3. And that is $9 is the cost. The smuggler takes the lowest of her stats, which is her intellect, is 2 minus 1 because she has an outlaw token. I don't think they should count against the smuggler. Come on, man. That makes no sense. Does it count against the smuggler? Does it? Does it? Let's look real quick. I don't think it says anything in here, which is sort of sad. Yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't actually say much. New map, new monsters, new tokens, new missions, etc., etc., etc. I mean, we'll play it rules as written for now. That the smuggler is not a big fan. So she won't haggle. She will just pay the $9, and she's going to buy this. And it doesn't do her any good. She cannot learn this spell. It's a duplicate of a spell she has. So she does not care. She's out $9. She's down to $32. And she's going to go sell this at a loss back at the outpost for the sole reason of scoring that bottom one. Well, no, she can't because she has to find the astrologer or the scholar, and the scholar's up here. So she's going to do that, and she's going to go and have that in her pocket to sell. So perfect. So she is done. Trading is what takes the longest in the game. I'm pretty sure. It's the Rune Sword's turn. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. These bogs count 2. This counts 1. I think he's going to then sneak for his 4th turn, and he is done for the day. And then finally the Black Knight. I mean, he's going to explore again. And let's see. Can he place this? I think he can. Sometimes they're hard to place. So that gives him a 3rd tile that he's explored. That ain't bad. And he can pay 1 and 1 more to enter if he wants to enter this. So this will be 2. He's going to do it. He's going to do 2 up there because he gets to draw. It's always good to draw these chits. And he gets a site for various reasons, one of which you can find the sites, the catacombs, in 4. That's pretty good. Does he need catacombs? Oh my god, it's right here. Wow, everything is coming up. It's wacky. Okay. All right. Did I pick a freebie for the Rune Sword, or did I just skip his ass? I skipped his ass, didn't I? I'm going to say for the Rune Sword, since he's obviously going for 3 plains tiles, seems reasonable for him. Step through a gate seems reasonable for him. I'm going to go on that one. I'm just going to put it on there because again, you get the three-way, right? You get all these are possible. So that's his freebie. So there you go. So I'm sorry, Rune Sword, I screwed you over yet again. So it is your turn. And no, it's the Black Knight's turn, right? He explored. So that's 1, 2. He spent 2 of his 4. And find secret paths could be good. Jeez, oh man, so much. Let's go, and we will. So that's 1 more to move there, and then we will sneak for his 4th. And we are done. End of the day, we roll for all the monsters. So we got swamps are bad. So giant serpents are going to appear in here. 1 of them. On our guy. And then over here, do we have a stink token? We do not have any stink. We have dragons. He could have killed a dragon. And then she does not have done. So let's take, well, first thing is first, we need to quickly figure out if this guy is hidden or if this guy is not hidden. He is sneaking. So either of these dice have to come up blank and he is hidden. If both of them come up as a find, he is found. He is not found. So now he has the option to initiate combat or not. He's not blocked. That's the blocked. So let's take a quick look at the giant serpent. Giant serpent requires 2 damage to kill. We can generate 2 damage, so that's good. I feel this is an auto kill. I'm going to take 1 minute, though. I do need a quick break because I have a cat who is just howling, and I'm either going to have to kick him out, maybe downstairs or something. Quick feline break. So I will ask you to give me 5 minutes. I will be back. What is he doing? Well, that was quick. He wanted out of the house. No, you cannot see Kitty because he's. I mean, he's fine. He is. He wants out. He wanted out is what he was doing. So he was at the door, waiting for me to let him outside. So I did. So one of these days we will. We'll let you see some cats when they're of that mood. So 1 giant serpent, I think, is an auto kill for the Rune Sword if he gets the jump on it. So how he's going to play it with 5 cubes. He's going to play it like this: 2 might to do 2 damage. Now he does 2 damage and a sharp, which is 3 damage. The problem is the serpent is armored, as you can see, because his hit points have a shield. So that means the sharp goes away, and we do 2 points of damage. That's still enough to kill it. And then we're going to take the 3 cubes because we only play 5 cubes max in a round because we've not alerted today. So here's 2 cubes. We're going to play them all on offense. That means our attack will go first because we'll be faster than his attack. It will hit because our attack will beat his defense. So we'll hit him first. We'll hit him for 2. He will die. He won't get a counterattack. So we're going to play like this, and this is going to be an automatic kill, really. We do roll a single die to see if he flips. Once we pick our play, he does not flip. Our attack of 3 goes faster than his attack speed of 0. We do 2 sharp damage, which reduces to 2. It kills the serpent. Serpent is dead. We get 10 fame. And we mark that 10 fame. But it doesn't matter because fame doesn't count for any of these, as far as I can tell. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure exactly what I did. I must have. There we go. I must have hit the show. Put the desktop up. I'm having a hell of a time tonight controlling Windows of all things. Okay, so we get 10 fame. And we kill the snake, and we don't have to deal with the snake. So that's actually the benefit at this point. And we're done with the day. Day 4, the Rune Sword goes first. And so he's going to walk into the plains. That's his second walk into the plains there. And he gets an item out of it. And he finds a crossbow. Oh, that crossbow would be great if it wasn't so damn heavy. And so, you know, it can do 4 2 sharp. Oh my god. 6 points of damage. It can kill everything in the game. But you would have to be a monster to hit with this. And remember, you can only play 5 cubes, so the 4 cubes that you put in the crossbow can't be your attack speed, and it can't be your defense, and so on. So it's a little hard to use. We're going to put it in our pack. Done. Do we have 3 weapons in our pack? We do not have 3 weapons in our pack. That's actually one of the ones I made up to roll, but I didn't roll it. So that's his 1 move. He has completed 2 planes, right? He hasn't done the 3rd plane yet. This is just the 2nd plane. He was actually hoping for a gate, strangely enough. So that's 1. We'll go 2, 3, and then we will sneak again. We're actually hoping for dire wolves to pop, strangely enough. But he is done. The Black Knight is next. Black Knight has taken a break from exploring. Probably shouldn't have. He's taken a break from exploring. What he's going to do instead is he is going to look for these catacombs. So we are going to search for the catacombs. We need to roll 2 spyglasses. Bam, catacombs are found. So I'm going to copy this catacombs, and I'm going to paste it to show that he can now loot the catacombs. So he has found the catacombs. I'm going to copy and paste there. So he has our second. He has a second. He's scored another a box. Not in line. Not ideal, but he has scored a box. So that's one of his 4 actions. His second action will be to loot the catacombs. Let's put the catacombs out. Catacombs have 7 treasures total. 2 deep, those are on the top. 5 treasures. The good shit always goes on top because it's harder to draw from the top than it is to draw from the bottom. And the Dark Knight can appear here, and that is a dangerous character for everyone, including the Black Knight. So, we're going to try to avoid him for now. And loot. We take the worst die, so we take the 4th treasure in the pile. 4. Oh, nope. Give me 1 second. I have to do that again, but I have to have my number pad key on. 4. And he gets Grommel's Talisman. I don't even know what Grommel's Talisman means. It is may reroll a search die while in a swamp. That is sort of lame, frankly, but whatever. We'll take it. That's one. That's his second action. His third action will be to loot again. And we're looking to roll a 1 or a 2, man. That's what we're looking. Or grabby hands. We roll a 5. Not great. But we do get the fifth treasure, and there is a fifth treasure. It's the portable hole. We all want a portable hole. Poof. Cubes may not be placed on other weapon or spell cards when using this card. When this attack is resolved, the spell Discord is cast. That sounds wrong. I think that's a typo. Teleport is cast. No spell cubes are needed to cast this spell. So you literally put a red and a witchmacall on, and you use the portable hole. It's a one-time use, and he can cast teleport. So I'm going to keep it. And then he's going to sneak in case something appears. So he is done. And now it is our Enchantress's turn. So her goal, I think, is to get to the village. Right? Let's see. Where is she at? What is she trying to do? What is she trying to... Oh, right. She can sell this spell scroll. That would be great. So, hold on. She has 4 turns or 5 turns. She started in a dwelling, so she has 5 turns today. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And actually, she's going to... Yeah, she'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. She's not going to go nuts. And then she is going to use her 5th turn to trade. And she's going to sell to... she can't do it here. So that's not a thing. Okay, that's not where she's at. Got it. I understand. Instead, so if that's not the case, she goes 1, 2. She still has 5 turns because she started in a dwelling. She's going to fly here. That's her 3rd turn. She has to roll a d6 to land somewhere. 3. Probably not great. Nope, she lands right there. Okay. That works. So that's her 3rd turn. Her 4th turn is going to be to search, trying to look for that secret path. She needs double. Nope, she doesn't find it. And she's not going to look again. She's going to sneak instead because she's out in the open. And she, of all the characters, is very vulnerable being out in the open. And so she is done. And I think we are done with the day. It is just time to roll all the dice. So we're going to get things in mountains or claws. So let's look for mountains. Ooh, looks like juvenile dragons appear. 1 appears on the Black Knight. But no claws. Do we get anything with the Enchantress? No. Giant spiders and adult dragons on bones, but no. Done. Well, I think the knight is going to take a look at this. Only 1 appearing is good for him. This looks very doable. Now remember, he did not alert. He can only play 5 cubes. So I think what we do is we play 2 cubes here again. And we're going to go all offense too right now. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to hope he doesn't flip. And if he doesn't flip, we kill him. And if he does flip, then we have to roll to hit him. And he will hit us for a wound. And that's okay, because we have a lot of armor and a lot of health. So let's see if this guy is going to flip or not. We're hoping he doesn't. So we're hoping for a blank here. Oh, and we rolled a flip. So he does flip. So now the combat gets vaguely interesting. Our attack equals his defense, which means when we roll these dice, we don't need to snap. When we roll these dice, any symbol will hit if we get, but remember, we take the worst die. So any blank will miss is largely what that means. But we do hit. So we roll, we hit. We're going to do 2 points of damage. The armor doesn't count in this case because it doesn't matter. I mean, our weapon does not rely on sharp. There's just 2 straight out points. We killed the juvenile dragon for 10 fame. More importantly, as easy as that combat was for the Black Knight, he has now killed a dragon. And so that becomes very interesting also. Hmm. All right. All right. That's the day. I don't think we have any other fights. No, we do not. Okay, cool. Day 6. Black Knight is first. I think he's going to loot. I mean, we should loot 1 or 2 more times, I think. Oh, we got a 5. That's not good because I don't know if there are. Oh, there are. Yep, there are 5 treasures here. Good, perfect. We'll take the 3rd treasure. Tome of Nature. I mean, he's going to eat that because you get a cube. So it's a one-time use, and you get a green magic cube. And a green magic cube is pointless, except for one thing. Are those cards floating? They were floating. Okay, that's glitchy. Thank you. Thanks, Tabletop Sim. So he gets a green cube, and we're going to put on his card. Get a cube. So he is scattering. He's scattering tokens. I love it. That's his first loot. Second loot. Now if he rolls a 5, he gets nothing. He rolls a 4 this time, though. Still gets to draw a treasure. And he gets a legendary treasure, so he does get a point and 5 fame. Again, I don't think it matters. Floating can be fun. Ring of Malevolence. You receive 1 black spell cube while the treasure is equipped. I mean, he will equip it and take the black spell cube in case there's anything where he can learn a spell, pretty much. That's pretty much it. I don't think learn a spell is here. Yeah, so that's fine. But now he's down to 3 treasures. So much loot. Oh yes, he is loving this. He's loving this. He does get a free alert phase. I should remember that because no matter what happens, at the end of the day, he just alerts. So he gets to use 6 fight. Every time he fights, he uses 6 cubes. So that's a good. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Let's use a third phase to loot one last time, I think, before we consider. Nope, that's nothing because 5 is more than the number of cards there are, and then he will use his. So the question is, he can't leave because every other space is red. It takes 2 to leave. So I think he will hide, sneak, and alert. And unfortunately, he's already killed dragons, so it doesn't actually help him But if he happens to have to fight the damn Black Knight, having 6 cubes is going to be a little bit better than having not 6 cubes. So we're just going to go with that. So he is done. And that was a pretty good turn for the man there. So, okay, the Enchantress. So the Enchantress does not get her extra phase yet because she is not in a dwelling yet. So she is going to enchant for 2. And so once again, oh geez, okay, I obviously enlarged this somehow. So my problem is, when I swipe around, I often grab crap. So we're going to copy and paste. She's going to put not gold. She's not putting gold. She's going to put white. She's going to enchant here, putting a white cube there. She flips the tile. And so that's 2 phases. That is 2 of her phases. She does get 2 more. And she's going to move 1. And I would like I said, she needs to stay hidden. Because if she doesn't, she is just not, she doesn't have any any way of dealing with a creature that jumps her. Which sort of sucks, but that's just some characters are good at evading creatures, so you can be a little faster and looser. If she was a halfling, she would have a sneaky ability that would let her re-roll a little better, even if she wasn't sneaking. So she would be a little more fast and loose. But as a human enchantress, she is slow, doesn't avoid anything. It's not a good scene. So she's going to sneak and be done there. And last guy to go is the Rune Sword. And I do think the Rune Sword. So we gotta figure out what he's doing. What are you doing? I was looking for a second gate. Is what I was hoping to find. Was maybe a gate in the woods or something. To be able to step through. So I think we're going to keep on with that. So we're going to go 1 to there. That's going to let me draw a green. And this could be a gate. Oop, that wasn't a green. That was something entirely different. What did I pick? Bandit Leader. Nope, one of these. One of these. It is a gate. So that worked out. A gate in 6. Okay, that's fine. That's 1 to go in there. Let's look what this looks like flip. So he needs to get to 5. So he's going to go 1, 2. And then, frankly, he is just going to, unfortunately, have to hide an alert. Because it takes him 3 cubes to enchant. So that's going to be a lot of enchanting. So this is going to take him a couple days. But he will be able to hit up that gate. And that was the goal. So I think we're done. I think we're rolling dice to see who gets eaten. And we're looking for... it's caves, so no caves. Caves, I can tell you right now, no one's in a cave tile. We're looking for stink. Stink is there. No there, not there, and not there. We are done. That is the day. Put these in. Draw turn 7. It's the Enchantress. She's going to go 1, 2, 3. That puts her in 3. Done. She is going to complete the package. So she does. That is 7 gold, so she's going to go up to 39. And she gets to roll 4 of these dice. Seven more fame. 12 fame and 7 gold. And so she discards that, and that's fine. I mean, like I said, the fame is a little bit not great because nothing counts the fame. So she cannot get rid of the outlaw token because you can only do that on white. There's quests with white. Typically, those quests are kill quests. So kill monster X, kill monster Y. Those drop the outlaw token. So she still has an outlaw token. I'm not a giant fan of the outlaw. I mean, I'm not a giant fan of the outlaw tokens right now. And the reason is because they're all just negative, right? They're just negative. Like, for instance, the smuggler. I think it's thematic, and I'll probably house rule this at some point, that the smuggler doesn't care how many outlaw tokens you have. As a for instance. I think there should be some way that you can use at least that it's not all bad all the time. So, but anyway, having said that, she cannot haggle as well as she could, but she actually has the ability to fix that, right? So one trade phase is simply so she moved. Let's see, where did she go? She went 1, 2, 3. So she gets 5 because she's in a dwelling. So 3 is move. 1 is going to be trade, obviously to turn the quest in. And then she's going to trade again because you can't turning the quest in is one separate thing. She's actually going to trade with the scholar. And she's going to look through his stuff for sure. And he has 4 missions. So we're actually, there we go. So she does have 4 missions. She could do kill 3 giant bats, maybe. So she has the option to now sell any of her goods and buy one thing from him. That's what a trade phase allows you to do. She is going to sell the staff and the charm scroll for $6. And there's no role inherent in that. She can just sell to the scholar. So she sells for $6. So she has $52 now. And she does score, sell a scroll or spell book at the scholar, crone, or astrologer. So not terrible. Not terrible. She is now going to buy from the scholar. And this is a weird buy for her, but it is. And maybe she thinks twice about it. It does give her more weapon options. I'll tell you what she's going to do. She is not going to buy this today. She is going to sit here for the day. Done. So the scholar can keep his treasure for the day. And what she's going to do in Snap, she's got nothing. She's nothing else she can do. So she's going to sit for the day, waste her 5th cube, done. And she is done. Our guy, the Black Knight, is here. And he does need to get out of Dodge. That is absolutely the case. He does know what she intends to do. He can see it. He can see it happening. And he already gained a cube, though, so he doesn't need that Potion of Might. Now, mind you, the Potion of Might would do him a lot more good than it's going to do What's-Her-Face. So he does need to find an epic treasure that's a weapon and destroy it at the crypt. That's a thing to do. Getting an extra might cube would be helpful. I don't know that he has to rush back to do it, though, because originally he wanted that Potion of Might not for the red cube, but just for the gain a cube win. And he already got that. He lucked into that. So I think what he's going to do... So how many treasures are in the catacombs? 3. I'm going to say it's worth his while to sit one more day, right? So we get one more day. And what we're going to do for that one more day is we're going to loot once, probably, maybe twice. We get the third treasure. So that's good. We actually got the third treasure in that pile, which is a really nice treasure, by the way. The Dagger of Bite is a really great... In fact, if I were playing right now, I would actually go... If it were humans, I would actually go to What's-Her-Face and go, look, I'll give you the Dagger of Bite. Don't buy that potion off the guy, and I would buy, so I could get that potion, because that Dagger of Bite, because I can sell the Ring of Malevolence, I can sell really even the Talisman for 16, I can sell the Portable Hole, right? You can get rid of all that crap for $24, and then buy that potion probably, and then get an extra might cube, and that's valuable to you. And that dagger's a great weapon for her, because it's 2 sharp on a 1 red cube. So it's like this dagger, but it does 3 points of damage, or 3 damage instead of 1 damage. Now, when I say 3 points of damage, that's actually miswording. You, in the game, in Dragon's Down, when you hit something, you kill it, or you do a single point of damage. You wound it for a single thing of damage. So if a creature had 4 hit points, right, or I should say health of 4, which some of these do, by the way. But let's say the giant, you hit him with the Dagger of Bite and he dies. He's unarmored and he has 3, and you match his health. You kill him. You hit the ogre and one of the sharpness stars goes away and you only do 2 damage, but that doesn't reduce him to 1, that reduces him to 2. And then the next turn you will match his damage with your 2 points and you will kill him. So it largely comes down to you either outright kill him because you equal his health, or you wound him and do a single point. Nonetheless, that's a lot of talk for just saying that's a cool treasure, but it's not super useful for him. It would be useful against certain enemies. Anything unarmored, this actually is easier for him to play than this mace. But anything that's armored, the mace is better. Well, that's not true. That's weirdly untrue. Anything that takes 3 points to kill and is armored, the mace is better. The Dagger of Bite can't kill anything that's 3 health and armored. But 2 unarmored it can. Like the juvenile dragon, that's a kill. I don't think is the adult dragon a kill? No, the adult dragons are health 3. So you can't kill them in 1 hit with the Dragon of Bite. So you sort of get the picture, right? It's an interesting system. But strangely enough, the Dagger of Bite in some cases is better than the mace, and in some cases it's worse than the mace. Against armored characters, against really heavy armored guys, the mace is better. Against lighter guys or lighter armored guys or unarmored guys, the dagger is better. Oh, we'll think about it. Anyway, that was our first loot. That was it. So we're going to loot one more time because he's a dwarf. He's going for it. He's looking to roll 2s, baby. 2s. No. Loot one more time. Tomorrow we're getting out of here. No. We're going to sneak. And we're going to get out of Dodge here tomorrow because we're sort of done. We're getting to the point of diminishing returns where, you're just not going to get, it. Okay, our lovely, lovely dude here is going to spend 3 phases to enchant the tile. He's going to copy and paste a blue chit, which means that whenever he casts a spell, he can replace a blue chit with this one. We're going to flip this tile. And then, unfortunately, we're going to have to sneak because we can't move because that's a mountain clearing. It takes 2. Done. So that's the day. Let's roll these monsters and see what appears. Caves, nothing. Ooh, here we go. Everything's going to appear. Well, not everything. Just one adult dragon right here in the catacombs. Just one. First thing is first. Is our Black Knight hidden or not? He's going to hide. He does, so he is hidden. He can choose to fight this dragon or choose to let this dragon go. Can we outright kill this guy? We can. We can. No, we can't necessarily. We can if he flips. So we're going to do this. So here's how we're going to play. We're going to once again go all offense because I think all offense is the play a lot of times when you are alone with one creature. With multiple creatures, obviously you can get your rear end handed to you. You got to be more defensive. But alone, he's going to play 3 and 3. His alert phase kicks in. He gets six chits to play and not just. So that's how we're going to play it. Let's see if this guy flips. He does. That actually works in our favor. So, how does that work in our favor, you ask? Well, our attack is a 3. His attack is a 2 speed. We go first. We do 3 points of damage if we hit him, but we also overspeed his defense. So our attack is 3. His defense is 2. That's going to hit automatically. No roll needed. We do 3 points of damage with the mace. If we were switched out to the dagger, we would not be able to kill him in one hit. Very interesting how everything sort of works for some monsters and sort of doesn't work for others. So we're going to kill this guy. Done. We get 12 fame. I think if I do this again, I will somehow let you, quote unquote, either spend fame or spend gold. Maybe to get one more free token on the bingo board. I don't know what the number would be. It would have to be fairly high. Although, but anyway. And the reason he actually does that is very simple. He could leave that dragon on the board. And then someone else comes and kills him. And that way he is making it harder for everybody else to kill a dragon, because you got to find a dragon to kill it. The real problem with all these kill whatevers is they have to show up on the board, which means you have to be sitting there and so on. So I think that's an okay call. So I don't think any other monsters appear. We're good. Let's flip the turn marker to day 8. So does she need to do a thing? So she walked up there. Oh, right. She was looking at that silly, right. She was going to look at the whatchamacall. She didn't trade with him because I forgot that this cube was injured. So that's going to suck a little bit. So what we're going to do is, yeah. So, okay. So it's the Rune Sword's turn anyway first. We'll go with him. Now, do I have to find the gates? That's my question. Let's see. I'm looking real quick up the gates. No, okay. Once a gate is revealed, the hero may travel between any 2 gates as though they were connected by a path. So he can literally go. So this costs 1, 2. This costs 3. And he has he's traversed gates. So there you go. He has scored again. And I think he is going to then just hide. So he does all the things. He's going to sneak. He is done. So that was his plan. That seemed to have worked. He is done. All right, Black Knight's going to get out of Dodge. He is sort of done here. 1, 2, 3. He'll go 4. He is done. And now the Enchantress. And so the Enchantress does have 5 turns. She is going to rest using 2 turns to get back 1 cube. 2 turns, gets back that cube. I am going to trade with the Scholar. He will trade with the Scholar. Sure. $13. That's $39, which sort of sucks, by the way. $39. Unfortunately, her stats actually, she's only, I think, a 1 against the Scholar now. Because the Scholar likes intellect and she is an outlaw. She'll haggle, maybe. She could just buy it and take it and be done. She could. Is it worth it? Is it worth is it worth the play? It might be. I mean, it's right here. It's right here. It's just right here. But I'll tell you what she's going to do. So for the Scholar, she's going to search real quick, right? And he does have his 4 whatchamacalls. He doesn't have any atrocities, which sort of sucks. He has to roll a 1, though. Now, it's not impossible to roll a 1. I think 1 and 0 are 2 sides on this die. So it would be a third. It's essentially 2/3 and 2/3. So it's a third and a third to succeed. So it's literally 1/9, 11% for her to succeed, I'm guessing. I think she's going to do it. So we're going to try. No, so she fails. That's fine. So she rested. She haggled once. She's going to trade again. Now she can get the door, so she can try again. No. She didn't get the door, so she can try one last time. No. Okay, done. She's going to cast tonight. Keep that in mind. And she is done. And I think that's the day, actually. Where is the rune sword? Oh, he's up here. So we do have to roll for monsters. He's looking for plains. He gets swamp. And nothing appears. These guys are sitting here. She casts tonight. She casts charm. And so tomorrow, all of her stats are +2. So that gives her a lot better chance to haggle for that potion. That's what I was going to do last night, but I forgot. My cube was wounded. Day 9, let's do it. Black Knight is first. I do think the Black Knight is going to trade. I think it behooves him to trade. So he can sell for $29 all this stuff. So I think he trades. So let's see. I mean, he doesn't need the potion of might, but he could certainly. So here's what he's going to do. Very simply, he's actually going to trade with the vendor real quick. So we're going to set the vendor up. No reason not to look. So we're going to look at the vendor. The vendor is move. It's a card to the next thing. So we're at the village. So I think it's the keep and then kill goblins. All this treasure is crap for him. So he actually is going to do nothing. He's done. So that's one trade phase. Done. His second phase is going to trade with the scholar. Going to trade with the scholar. Oops. Well, no. Okay. That's the only thing about putting it in the pile. This charm goes with this spell scroll. So I'll put them together, knowing that. And there's another spell scroll we don't know what's in. The bracers of vigor are very nice. But I sort of hate to say it. I think we're going to go for the potion of might. I don't think the braces of vigor are bad. So he's going to sell all to this guy. So he sells the whole lot to the guy, and he's going to sell it for, like I said, $29. So the Black Knight now has $33. And the scholar is going to get all of those 100%, right? And then I think we're going to try to buy the potion of might for $39. The scholar likes intellect. The Black Knight has 3 intellect. So we're going to roll 3 or less. And we get the door. Shuts the door. We offend the vendor. The vendor tells us to go take a hike. Oh, we can re-roll 1 die, though, because we are feared. So we put our foot in the door. And he goes, okay, all right. So we do fail. So it's 1, 2 to get there. It was 3 to look at the other guy, and then 4 to look at this guy. Oh, that sucks, because we sort of blew it. We sort of blew it. We could have bought them, but anyway. Okay, done, because we're done. We're out of turns. That's fine. It was a little bit of a mistake. I mean, it's sort of a soft misplay because we're only just really playing defense against the Enchantress, and I don't know that you need to play defense against her at this point, but her attributes are +2. So now she has a 4. So she's going to trade with the scholar again. She's going to go for the potion. It's $39. She doesn't want to spend $39. So she is going to she has 5 attempts. She's going to haggle. Her stat is effectively a 3. 4, that's a fail. So that's 1. She goes again. There we go. There we go. It's down from 39 down to 26. I think she's okay with 26. The gold's not doing anything else for her. So she's going to, for $26, she's going to purchase the potion of might. And she's going to immediately take it. Done. That gives her a red cube. She gets gain a cube. She actually gets to put a mark on gain a cube. That took her a little bit. It took her 3 of her... no, it took her 2 of her turns. So where is she now? She is at the point where she could... Discovering 3 paths is good. Killing a bat is fine. The catacombs are good. And the chamber. So I think she's going to go with her remaining turns. And you know what? little bit of tit for tat against the Black Knight. She's going to go there. Well, she could. Well, you know what, Rock? That is not a bad point at all. Shoot, time out, sir. He can buy that dagger, and that would be really damn good for her. That would be a good weapon for her. Hell, this ring is a good weapon. It's good for her, too, because it allows her to then learn black magic if she could find any. But that, for 1 cube, 3 damage. Doesn't suck. So she will indeed spend 1 more phase here. So that's dagger's $15 to start. She'll haggle him down. She gets the door. God damn it. You got me all excited. Oh, you got me excited about that dagger. And now it's gone. It is gone. It's not gone. He closed the door on her. And what I'm going to do instead then is move. And I want to look at one thing here. Give me 1 second with the rules. Find explore. Come on, guys, explore. So here there's a clearing with path leading to a map edge. May explore. When you perform explore, you select a connected path. You may choose any orientation, blah, 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 blah. After placing the tile, the hero may then move. Got it. So her 3rd phase is trade. Her 4th phase is move. Her last phase is explore. So I'm going to explore and flip this hex. And it is the keep, if she can play the keep. I don't think she can play the keep. I don't think the keep has the correct layout. Nope, she cannot play it there. So she has to discard it, and it will get replayed. It'll get shuffled back in once we're done with tiles. But that's her turn. She was actually trying to, again, if she can sort of dink with the Black Knight. Now the Black Knight can't put a tile there. He was trying to get 2 more, and she could have sort of stymied him a bit. But she drew incorrectly and was done. Now it's the Rune Sword's turn. So what is he going to do now? Let's look at his situation. He has 2 plains tiles stepped through. I think it behooves him to step into a 3rd plains tile. Then the altar is here, so he finds the altar, and then all you got to do is kill a direwolf, and this game is over. So, strangely enough, I think the Rune Sword, the Black Knight has done really well. The Enchantress has done okay. But I think the Rune Sword's closest to winning. I think he has... So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's his move, and that's his day. So that's sort of fun, because I think he might be able to pull out, he might be able to win this. With, bam, just rolling down the line here. We do have to roll for monsters. Is there anyone? No, we really don't have to roll for monsters, and I tell you why. No one is in a non-civilization tile, and there are no monsters on the board waiting to get pulled off the board. We can just not roll. Go on to day 10 or 11. It doesn't matter what day it is, frankly. Sure. I also got to remember she can fly. She's first, by the way. So she's going to use that to explore again. So her 1 turn. So she's not in a civilization. She's not in a dwelling. So 1 turn is explore. So she's going to draw that bad boy. And that might be okay. We'll see in a minute. No, it is not drawable because it needs to be blank and blank. And the mine is not blank and blank like that. It needs a road to be flanked by blank sides, and that's not the case. Those were the two dwelling tiles, by the way. The last two dwellings are there. I don't think there's any other. Oh wait, and I should take a quick look because she's also visited 3 dwellings, so I do need to mark her there too. She's not doing too bad either. When all is said and done, if I do that and go here, now mind you, she's just not lined up as well. But she could discover 3 secret paths. Killing the kobolds is not out of the question, and then entering 3 plains tiles, bam. So she has done herself a little bit. So 1 is explore. She explored 1. She's going to explore again. She's going to keep drawing until she can draw that, and that's not going to work either because you need a blank on either side. So done. And the last, maybe, yeah, right there, bam, Black Caves, done. So she has explored 1. So I'm going to take this card off of him and give 1 to, oh, nope, that's not that. Let's unlock this. Let's lock, no, there we go. Copy, paste. So she gets a card and she gets a card. She's explored 1. Done. There you go. So she can move in there if she wants. I don't think she's going to, right? She drew 1. So she drew 1 card, 2 cards. This is her 3rd card. So she does have 1 more move. So she's going to move in and then hide. Because she gets to draw, she wants to draw the chit. It's the wrecked wagons in 1. The hell's the wrecked wagons? The wrecked wagons are bandits. If you find this at all, so you don't have to loot it. As soon as you find it, you get the treasure. I believe that's the case. Let's take a real quick look just to make sure. Wrecked wagons, you're searched for, they do not need to be looted, done. As soon as you get it, you get 20 bucks and you get the treasures there. It's great, but you're sort of walking through caves to get there, which can suck a little bit. Now let me look. If she does explore 5 tiles, does that get her anything? Not really. It's just another one of these where she has 2 in a bunch of rows and a bunch of columns, where she really needs to get her shit together and get 3. Same thing with a knight a little bit, right? If he could buy a scroll. Okay, done. So she's done. All right, hold on. So, you got a lot of crap you got to pay attention to with the bingo. The bingo's rough because it's... Okay, so our guy is going to go 1, 2 to get his chip there. But then he's going to go 3. Well, no, I tell you what he's going to do. He's going to go 1, 2 into the outpost, right? And then he's going to trade for his 3rd turn. So he's going to trade with the Smith or Artificer. Probably the Artificer. Let's see. The Artificer is probably brainier. No, the Artificer is wisdom somehow. And we're terrible at almost... We're 2, 2, and 2. So it barely matters. We're going to go... We're going to go with the Artificer. So we're going to sell our stuff for him first, because we can do that. We're going to sell these 2 things. Done. 12 bucks. So that brings up to 20 bucks. I almost wish there was a get X gold task. That would be good. There is. I just didn't roll it. Helm of Wizardry would give him a cube. That wouldn't suck, by the way. The Mirror of Idolatry? Yeesh. Card must always be face up. If face down and viewed by a hero, it becomes active. Okay. If its owner is killed, it's placed face up in the clearing, blah, blah, blah. The hero may not sneak or alert while possessing this card. So if you're here, you cannot sneak or alert. Done. Okay. I think we're going to try to buy the Tome of Wizardry for 45 bucks. So it's 45 bucks. We need a 2 or less to drop it. Done. So dropped by 1. So it's 30 bucks now, but we still need a little bit more than that. So 30 bucks. Let's get it down to 15. What do you say? No. Darn it. So it's 1 to move, 1 to trade. I suppose we'll try two more. We might as well try again because we need 2s. Unfortunately, that's 1 haggle down to 30. But we need to get down to 15, and we fail, and he closes the door on us. So that's our 3rd turn, and then we're going to move to here and be done. Is that everybody today? I think it's everybody. If that makes any sense, let's see. She did go. He went. Did the Black Knight go? What did the Black Knight do? No, I think he has to go. He's the last guy this time, right? Is this a CCG like Magic? No, it's Tabletop War Game. Fleablock, how are you, by the way? It's nice to see you again. This is, I call this, I have my own genre. It's not really even a tabletop war game. I call it the epic, it's a board game it's the epic fantasy genre, right? So this game, Magic Realm, Talisman, although Talisman's a shitty version of this, Return of the Heroes, and Runebound, and Andor, I think, are the. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Are the examples that I would normally give. You go around, you nickel and dime the merchants, or they nickel and dime you. You kill monsters, you gain treasure, and we're playing bingo here. And so we're trying to complete a series of objectives to line up a bingo row or a column or a diagonal. I'm not going to say I'm tired. I'm tired of the week, Fleablock. I am glad that the week is over. I'm glad to see the end of this week. I'm very happy at this juncture. I have played Settlers of Catan. We play it periodically. It's one of the games my wife will play and my kids will all play too. And so that's so. So the Black Knight has to go yet. So let's take a quick look at his card. So again, his card's a little bit wonky too, in the sense that it's there's a couple things, but it's scattered, right? So I'm gonna say discover 3 secret paths and complete an atrocity would be good for him, or place the 5 tiles and visit 3 dwellings would be good to sort of finish, to get that push to a win, right? And by atrocity, he has one. It's right here. Possess an epic treasure that's a weapon and complete it at the crypt. With the only problem being that he would have to also find the crypt, which would, so. The other thing is the diagonal. Discover 3 secret paths, have 3 treasures worth $4 or less in your pack, and kill a dire wolf or owlbear would also be attainable. So there's a lot of attainable things. We just have to sort of get on the ball, I think, a little bit. And we've fallen out of that a tiny, tiny bit. Like, find the altar is great, but that would be, he could buy a scroll. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad someone's watching and paying attention, because I'm sort of killing myself here. Yes, he can buy a scroll, indeed. And so he's going to, so this scroll is one of the scrolls he can buy, and we know that it has charm, because that's what What's-Her-Face did. I think he has another one, right? So we are allowed to check this one. We're allowed to see what it has. Now, the problem is he can't buy it and then sell it at the same place. Like, you're not allowed to just buy it and sell it back to the scholar. That doesn't work like that. So he would have to find the crone or the astrologer to do that. But I am going to buy, but it's a great idea. I'm going to use a trade phase, and I'm going to buy floating disc for $1. Done. Or $3. Just $3. I'm not even going to haggle. It's $3. I have $33. I'm down to $30. Done. Now I have one in my pack. I can't use it. Don't want to use it. Oh, this cube goes away because I got rid of the item. The green cube, permanent. So I do have this spell scroll, and I will sell it at first opportunity. That is one of my turns. And now I think we're moving on. So I think we move the hell on. I think let's go. So 1, 2, 3. And then we are indeed going to sneak again. Done. And I think that's it. So I think that's it for all of our heroes. Yeah. And let's roll the monster dice and see what we get. The forest pulls something. So is anybody in a forest? No, no, and no. Does anyone have bones? No, and no. And so we are done with the day. We go again. We go again. Let's see what we got. The Enchantress is first. The Enchantress is first. Let's discover 3 secret paths for her. I don't think that's a bad one. So what I'm going to do is I am going to... The 3 secret paths would put her here. And then 3 plains tiles would be sort of the... Then it all comes down to finding kobolds, which is non-trivial, but that would be the thing. So I'm going to search. So that's going to be my turn. So search. And she needs 2 spyglasses, and she gets 1 spyglass. She's going to search a second time, which means she can re-roll this die. Found. Done. So that is one of the paths. Nice thing is we can just take this, copy, paste it there. She has found that one. It's a little bit hard to... So she has found that. Done. Oof, that is hard to see, isn't it? Oh, well, such is life. So that is 2 phases. Now she's going to go 3. And... No, you know what she's going to do? She's going to fly to here. If she can move, she gets 1 fly a day with the boots. She flies to 4. So she ends up here. Well, she ends up right there, literally. And she is then going to sneak. So those boots are going to help her because she is going to be able to fly to where she needs to go. So she is done today. It is the Black Knight's turn. Black Knight's going to go 1, 2, and he's going to explore here. Sure, I like that. And that lets him move. And it's a forest, so he gets to draw a green. It's a site. Sites are good. We always need to find sites. It's the Horde in 6. Not super useful, only because the Horde is off the beaten path here. And now the funny part is, he can actually enchant now because he has a cube. He has a green cube. So because of his magical learning, he could enchant if he needs to, if he feels the need to swap this up. Ugh. So yeah, done. Well, not done. That was 2 for him. So we do need to figure out, do we move in any deeper? What is, like, if we lock this, if we, I mean, we could get to the Horde if we wanted to. In fact, wow. Do we need to find 3 secret paths? We could find 3 secret paths. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay here. So we're good right here. We are going to sneak. And we're going to sit right here. So sneak is the, so we move 2. We're going to sneak as another one. And really not do anything else. We're going to just sort of hang out and be done. So he is done. The Rune Sword. The Rune Sword is dying to get to here. Copy and paste. He has made his way here. That's going to give him, copy and paste, 3 plains tiles. So again, he is getting there, and we know where the altar is. So that ain't bad. We do get to draw a plains terrain chit, and it is roll some fame and gold, which sort of sucks, actually, in this case. That's a weird one. I don't like the get a free thing ones typically, just because they're less interesting, I think. I would almost like to see events or something. So we moved 1, we moved 2, we moved 3. I think that's good. And we're gonna hide. We're gonna sneak. Now the funny thing is, we could also make noise. We have to be a little bit careful about that. I think that's the end of our day. And now we get to roll monsters. And we're really hoping. Some of us are hoping for plains to come up and dire wolves to appear. Ah, it's caves again. We get a lot of caves. So what happens with caves? Nothing, because no one's in there anymore. What happens here? Nothing. And what happens with the Black Knight? The Black Knight is here. And we don't. He was hoping for spiders to appear, frankly. So nothing. Now, the other thing you're allowed to do is you're allowed to make noise, which means once we roll, you have to roll again separately just for yourself to see if you draw monsters. So in some cases, these guys will be looking for. Now, the problem is you can't be hidden and do that. You have to be out and about. So you can't, if all of a sudden 3 of them show up and you're like, oh, I didn't want to fight 3, I wanted to fight 1, you're hosed. You were making noise. You can't not choose to do the fight. So, but some of these guys, to draw these monsters out, would have to do that. I think the Rune Sword's winning this. I think he's gonna get to the altar. He's gonna kill a dire wolf, and just sort of sneak up on it a little bit. So, all right. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 2 minutes. Fleabach, don't fall asleep, man. Stay up. You need coffee. Lots of coffee. Black. Black coffee. But let me take 5 minutes. Quick feline break? No, not this time. This is a quick booze and coffee break. So I will be back in 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Gonna get more of this and maybe some coffee. All right. That didn't take long. There is no life without coffee. None. There is no life without coffee. I agree with you. I do love my coffee. All right, next day. Rune Sword is first. So literally it's Dire Bear and Altar. Geez, or Dire Wolf and Altar. 1, 2, 3. Ugh, heck. The problem with making noise is it just can end up being super dangerous. We're gonna keep sneaking for now. And that's fine. And if worse comes to worse, we will come and make noise. But for now we're sneaking. So he is done. It is now her turn. Is finding the altar. So finding the altar for her is not super useful, really. It's not the most, like it would help her in the sense of she might use some stuff. She might be able to use some, but finding the altar in and of itself is just another one of these, what are you doing, right? So let's go one. Where is she at with? Well, we do need, oh, I'm sorry, and we do need copy, paste. He's entered another planes tile, but he's scored that already, right? Yeah, so we really barely care. He's scored all the planes tiles he needs to score. She has entered a planes tile. We should at least give her credit for that. So I think I'm going to go 1, 2. We're going to search once. So that's 3. She's looking for doubles. Ah, she doesn't get them. She doesn't get them. Does not get them. It's going to have to sneak. Like, she is just not strong enough to just go balls to the wall. Not be sneaky. Done. Black Knight. Let's get our crap together here is what we're saying. Let's how do we complete this atrocity? Epic weapon. So we are looking for treasure sites. That's the problem. We are looking for good old-fashioned treasure sites. What we are going to do, the Black Knight is actually going to spend 3 of his phases to enchant. He obviously alerts. He's going to put a green cube, weirdly. That's pretty funny, actually. The Black Knight is our enchanter today. We put a green cube on there. We're going to flip the tile. And then, yeah, we will sneak just in case. Done. And that is everyone. And now we roll for monsters. Come on, let's get some monsters. It's been a weird whatchamacall here today. So is anyone in the plains? Oh my. Okay, so we got some dire wolves. We got dire wolves in 2 spots, one each, one here and one here. So we got 2 dire wolves that appear. That's the first thing that happens. That's good. That is actually good for, like I said, I think the Rune Sword wins this game. So we got one on her, we got one on him. Done and done. Do we get any bones? No, and no, and no. Okay, can I just grab these dice? Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now both characters need to check if they are hidden. Because we've snuck, any blank die will do it. She is hidden, so she is good for now. The Rune Sword is good for now. So we can choose to fight or not. So she has to make a call. So let's see what this direwolf looks like. He is fast. He's quick. He's quick, this guy. He has 2 health. We can kill him with 1 shot. See, that's good. 1 damage, 1 sharp. That's 2 points. It matches his health. He's unarmored. The sharp counts. Here's what we're going to do. We are hidden. That gives us an advantage. We're going to cast. Oh my god, we can't cast. Son of a bitch. Oh, that was a mistake on our part. We are going to not fight today. That's easy. So that's an easy choice. We just don't fight. We got this. We got to rest before we can fight. We can fight this thing, and we're going to. But not today. We have to rest. Because her cube is wounded, and she needs 2 cubes, 2 magic, 2 life armor. With life armor, that's actually a trivial fight. Because the thing can't break her life armor. So she'll take 1 wound, and she has a couple wounds to give before she gives out. So we will deal with that tomorrow. Done. So she doesn't fight tonight. What about the Rune Sword? The Rune Sword. So we cannot guarantee a hit. On this side, we can't guarantee a hit. Now, he won't kill us. He will take a while to get through all of our crap for certain. If he flips, can we guarantee a hit? Let's see. If he flips, we might be able to guarantee a hit, an all-out attack. But what we're going to do is, instead, so we are going to while we're hidden, because there's no combat yet, I'm going to cast Tentacles. Sure. So I'm going to cast Tentacles. That's going to wound one of these chips. It doesn't have to hit. And I'm going to pull. I'm going to pretend this black chip is the Tentacles. I think this is how this works, but it does seem a little wonky with only 1 target, but I've cast this spell with multiple targets. I hate the weird gritty thing going on here. So we're going to copy these and toggle. They're not going to snap. Done. Okay. So all tentacles are going on this one guy. It's a little bit overkill. Each tentacle gets to roll the hit dice once. That's a miss, so he goes away. That's a miss. He doesn't hit. Okay, well, maybe this isn't overpowered. 3 misses on the tentacles. 4 misses. The tentacles do nothing. Do I become unhidden because I cast? Any symbol causes me to become unhidden. I'm unhidden. We are fighting this wolf right now. And the tentacles failed. They actually we blew it. That sucks. Normally they grab him, and each time they hit, they do -1 attack or -1 defense on his speed, which is a huge help and would have given us, the kill, right? Instead, what we're going to do is we got to play the sword here. We're going to play 1, and we're going to play 3 attack. We're going all out again. And what I feel, so round 1 was that. Round 2 is he's going to attack me. So you can cast spells from hiding. You can do ranged attacks from hiding. And then you have to roll to see if you become unhidden. I did a spell from hiding. I became unhidden. You cannot do a melee attack from hiding. You must challenge the enemy to do a melee attack. So I would have been better off casting Air Sword. But I didn't. I wasn't. And here we are. Here, these will become the tentacles. I'll just put these right there. I'm very disappointed in you boys. You guys, you tentacles sucked. So now we got to play. So I'm going to play 3 attack. I'm going to play 1 might. Doesn't really matter at this point. If he flips, we will kill him. If he doesn't flip, then he has a chance at us. Let's roll this die. We're hoping for a no flip, but a flip. He does flip. That's good. That's actually good. We are first, 3 versus 2. We automatically hit because 3 versus 2 defense. We're going to do 2 damage. That's 1 sharp damage and kill the dire wolf for 8 fame. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, that's the enchanter, don't it? 8 fame. Again, the fame doesn't matter. It's kind of like whose line is it anyway? It would matter in some of these games, in some of this bingo. I like the bingo. I'm not, but it does. It'd be nice if there's more of a role for fame and golden or legend points. But anyway, that's neither here or there. But here's the key, and this is the key, and this is why I think this game is going to end here in a hot minute. This guy has the 4. So I switched from the rye. So I was drinking Knob Creek 115 proof rye. I'm drinking now El Mayor tequila. So this is why I do think that everybody's in trouble here, because this guy's going to walk up to the altar, if he can, find it, and win the game. But the game's not over yet. Let's see what happens. It's day 14. Let's continue on. Rune Sword is first, though. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Right? Yep, 4. The Enchantress is going to leave here. So because she does not end a phase here, she does not have to roll to be hidden. So she goes 1. I think she is going to... So she moves 1. I think she rests 2. That gives her chip back. Then she's just going to sneak because she cannot get back into the mountain, because that's a mountain tile or a mountain clearing that costs 2 to get to. So she has to just sneak and hold out. The Black Knight is going to Does finding three secret paths mean anything to him? Yes, it does. Completing an atrocity also. So he's going to spend some time searching. I almost feel bad the game's close to ending. Like but you know, I knew. Oops, no, that's not rolling. So let's roll. So search 1, he finds it. Done. So we're going to give him a chip. We're going to give him a chip. Copy this. Put it here. Shrink it down the tiniest bit. So that's 1 move. This is 2 moves. He's going to search for 3. He does not find the horde. He is going to... He will sneak one last time. Done. That is everybody today. Let's roll for monsters. Ooh, it looks more oh, geez. Okay, well, that's interesting. So, big problem. We get 2 more dire wolves. She has 3 on her now. So that day did not do her very well because now she has 3 dudes. Now the nice thing is she's blocked the altar off. She has succeeded in making the altar harder to get to. So yay on her. Bad on her because that's gonna hurt. Do we have bones? No bones. Done. Okay. Is she hidden or not? She did sneak. Any blank gets her out of dodge. I think she's going to sneak. Now, she can fight. She actually can fight fairly effectively one of these guys. One of these guys is fine because she can kill it in 1 hit. She can go fast enough to hit it. And she can actually auto hit him. 1 guy. 3 guys will hit her, though. 3 of them hit her. Well, that's not true. She kills 1. The 2 of them hit her. Then, so she'll take 2 wounds. And what a wound does is it's going to move a cube. So what she would do is from hiding. So she is hidden. From hiding, she casts life armor. Done. She has 2 armor now. Can't be destroyed. Or can be destroyed. These guys are going to do 1 point of damage. When they flip, they do 2. That's the dangerous part. Well, the armor can be destroyed. Can it be damaged? Yeah, I'm going to say, because it says can be destroyed, right? So that's a good question. I'd have to ask at some point. I would have to ask the creators of the game. I think I'm gonna post that question while I sit here and yap. So again, it seems like so good question, right? Can be destroyed, but can it be damaged? So she would take 2 hits. So she'd have to wound 2 cubes. She'd probably wound this cube and one of the might cubes because those are sort of extraneous to her. She could then kill the second wolf and take another wound. And then she would have to wound one of the brown cubes. And so then she would have to, and then she could, she would not be an auto kill at that point. Would not be an auto kill. But I think generally she wins that fight with the life armor with the wolves. But it leaves her hurting. Strangely enough, it almost is better for her to leave those wolves there to block the dude. Now I'm not doing PvP much. You know what? I do know my buddy East Paladin wants to see a PvP thing. I will just set that up for you at some point and make a video to do PvP. Because I have to look at the rules. I have to figure out what that means. Like what would go on. Because I've not read the PvP rules. So if she kills a dire wolf, then the problem there is she has to find the shrine and the lizard, and that's not helpful. So I say she hides and she's done. She's gonna stay there. She's gonna leave that. The rune sword, if he wants to win the game, can deal with that. Done. So let's yeah, let's do it. Let's do this. Next day, the Black Knight is first. So the Black Knight is in the space of the horde. He's ready to find that damn horde. He's gonna search for the horde. That's not gonna do it. That's 1. Search again. Nope. That's 2. God, come on, please don't. 3. Does he have to sneak, or does he shoot for it? He's gonna go for it. Screw it. He goes for it. One more. The damn rune sword's gonna win this game. He finds the damn horde. Yay. Okay, so we found the horde. And we are done with the day. We've alerted because we can, but we've not snuck. Done. Rune sword is next. So he's got to make the call here, what he does. So I think what he's going to do. So let's take a look. What's that fight look to him? So the nice thing about that fight for him is he has a couple options. One is to cast Air Sword and hope the Air Sword kills everything. Probably doesn't. And I think he has to jump out with the Air Sword anyway. Like the Air Sword is part of it. It's a separate entity, but it is not a summon. It can't be killed. So there you go. Tentacles would help. Again, if they hit, which they obviously don't have to hit. His other option is very simple. So okay. So I do think we're gonna though play it a little safe momentarily. Because he knows that he's close and he knows that everybody else is way farther than him, right? Like I can see it. I can see this. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to, while we're in the village, we rest. So we're going to spend 2 to rest. That's going to get this chip back unwounded. So done. So that's okay. Then we're going to move up in there and we are going to sneak. Done. And now, excuse me, now it's the Enchantress's turn. She was just trying to discover 3 secret paths. So not cool, man. Not freaking cool. She's going to use her first move to fly to here. So 1, she ends up there. That is the worst spot that she could have ended up, really. Because I wanted to end up any one of these to find this secret path. It's not a huge deal, but it's not great. It's not a great, doesn't feel great. That's 1. 2, she's going to move up there, and that's going to give her this draw of an item. Let's get a good item. I don't know. What's a good item? Oh, a cap. You know what? That's a fine item for her. She puts on a leather helmet. And then she can move 3, 4. Done. And she is done. And I think that's the whole day, actually. So we are rolling. It looks like caves are going to draw. So no one's in a cave tile, so that doesn't draw. Is anyone in a tile with bones? No, no, and no. Done. Next day. Black Knight is first. So the Black Knight found the Horde. He's now going to loot the Horde. Let's pull up the Horde. I think I need to start talking quieter. You have to excuse me. I'm an old man, so when I see a microphone, I yell. Like that's sort of how we roll. I'm just saying. Like that's what we do. Like have you ever seen those old guys and they're yelling into their phone, like screeching? Well, that's sort of me a little bit. I've turned into that guy. I don't know how I turned into that guy. I've grown up with technology, and yet here I am. But it's going to be easier on my voice if I talk quietly. And if I talk quietly, it's still pegging yellow. Like it's still damn clear as far as OBS says. So we're going to loot. We have 8 treasures to loot. Let's loot something good. We get the 5th treasure out of there. I'm going to actually grab the Horde deck and drag it down here to my buddy. We get the 5th card out of the deck. And we get, what do we get? We get the Potion of Relief. One-time use, all curses go away. That's fine, but I don't need it. Done. That's 1 loot. Second loot. Get the 2nd treasure in the deck. I like that. That's sexy. It's the Jeweled Thief Skull. Now, in a normal game, that would be worth 5 fame, 5 fame and 1 legend point. And we'd record it, and we should record it here. But it's not useful, man. It's not useful. Done. Not worth it for us. 3rd loot. Come on. 5th card. Symbol of Commerce. We get an extra trade phase, I assume. Done. And yeah, we're gonna loot. We're just gonna keep going because the answer is we either have to beat this guy to the punch, and we get the robes of the Chanter. We're not taking off our robes for these robes. Done. We haven't equipped these. We don't get a gold cube. It barely matters, and we are done for the day. And these go back to the Horde. That's his day. The Rune Sword is going to sneak. So this is really the problem. He can just sneak. That's a phase. He moves in. He has to hide right now. If he does, he's fine. If not, he's blocked. He does, because only 1 die. When you're sneaking, only 1 die is required. No, they have. So look, here's the thing. I'm the one who screwed this up, Ravenrock. Normally, so here's the deal. So give me 2 minutes to explain. Normally, so the legend points and the fame points are literally what you use to win. That's it. That's the whole score. It's a race. So every time I find one of these sites, every time I draw one of these treasures, I would get points. And those points at the end of the game, after 30 days, whoever has the most wins. So keep that in mind. I apologize because you're not actually seeing the game as written. I am screwing it up. What I did instead, this bingo card is just a weird invention to go, well, let's shake this up, right? How do you make this, sort of putzing around a little bit, which makes the legends and fame useless. Does that make sense? I feel bad because you've not heard of this game, and normally the game would just be a race to accrue legend points. And so each one of these red treasures would be one. Some of these things would score them. Fame is worth 1/10 of a legend point at the end of the game. So we'd all be racing for all that stuff. I was just like, well, let me putz with the rules a little bit. And here's the thing. So the funny part is, I actually don't love that as a victory condition, with the only reason being that you're going to do all that anyway. I suppose so. So I think Magic Realm, which is my other favorite game, and I don't know how old you are, um, but my other favorite game, Magic Realm, also has the same problem, which is Magic Realm. You would say, well, I'm going to get this much gold and this much fame and this much notoriety and this many great treasures and this many spells, and you then you make some kind of combination of that, and that's your target. But the thing is, all that means is you're going and doing the things that the game makes you do otherwise, if that makes sense. The same thing here. What do you do in the game? Well, you loot sites and you gain shit, right? I mean, you find treasure sites, you kill monsters, you loot stuff, you get treasure. And so what that causes is, because the treasure makes you more powerful, and it also is the victory condition, it's a runaway thing. Now, mind you, it's not a runaway thing. People can compete, but I'm just saying that all these treasures would also make me more powerful and give me the legend points and fame points to make me also winning, which would make me more powerful, and so on. I don't think that's necessarily bad, but I do feel that the tiniest bit of tension there is required to make the victory conditions interesting. Because largely what it comes down to is, I go and do the same stuff I'm going to do, and am I lucky enough to find shit while I do it? That's really, unfortunately, the game, 9 times out of 10. And so what I did is I said, well, let me make a bingo card with some random things that you would be doing, because these are still all things you would do, right? There are still all things in the game, all things you would do in the game. But it gives you that sort of weird, like, looting the altar is not useful for the enchantress unless she wants to just loot it to get a thing to help her do a thing. Otherwise, it doesn't fit her scheme. She really wants to discover 3 paths, finish the 3 plains tiles, and happen to find kobolds. Right? I mean, that's really what she wants to do. So anyway, that's sort of where I'm at. I'm sorry. I apologize. So he sneaks. He's then moving in. He has to roll right now. Did he roll already? I think he did, right? And he was hidden. So I move that shit over here because he's hidden. That's his second action, is to move. And then he can pass them up and walk into the altar because he snuck past them. Bam. That's his third move. For his last move, he's going to search. If he finds the altar on this roll, he does not. The game is not yet over, because finding the altar would have won him the game. So he is done. It's the enchantress's turn. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, like that. And then again, my main problem with her is and she rested, by the way, so she did rest, and she got jumped. Her main problem is simply the fact that she's a little too fragile and a little too slow. She will still sneak, and so we are done. Well, I will say, you can't say you prefer it. So you said, I prefer the way you're playing it, and I appreciate that. But I don't, you can't necessarily go, oh, I prefer that. Well, we got some things coming, so let's see. Nothing? Yes, kobolds. 1 kobold on our guy. We get a kobold there. The kobolds are random. They're actually, well, I don't know if the kobolds are random. And we do get them, I think, one of them here. Oh, gnolls. We get gnolls on our big guy here. So still something to shake the game up a tiny bit. I mean, again, I think we're at the end, which is sort of cool. I don't mind that we're at the end. Although I would like the night to go on longer. So obviously we're going to fight the kobold. as the rune sword. I think we're going to at least consider it. Kobolds are quick. They're a little nasty, but 1 point of damage will take them down. Are we hidden or not? That's a good question. We have to roll to hide against these guys now. We are. So, how do we play this? I mean, so here's how I'm going to play it. I'm going to pretend that we think we're winning this thing next turn. So I'm going to play all out to make that happen. So I'm going to cast Tentacles from Hiding. Done. I cast Tentacles. Do I become unhidden? I do not, so I still have the choice. Tentacles all get to roll their attacks against the Kobold. The lone Kobold. So he misses because a miss came up. He misses because a miss came up. Come on, let's get one hit. No, we're not going to get any damn hits. Wow. I couldn't miss with these things the first time I used them. Now I can't hit with them. So we're done. This cube is wounded. Not the other cube is actually wounded, but they're the same. Put that back. We're not unhidden. I think I'm still going to challenge this dude. I think I'm still charging out and attacking him. I'm going to use 1 point on might. I'm going to use 3 here, like this. We're going to hope to go and hope to get this guy and take him out in a round or so. Does he flip? He does flip. Perfect. My hit's now an auto hit because I do 3 attack. It goes first. It hits him. Done. 1 point of damage plus sharp. We kill the Kobold. He's worth another 5 fame, so we do get a little bit more fame. That's cool. We have killed a Kobold. That will count. That counts for, I think there's 3 right there. Now, we only have 1 of 3, but it does count. And that could be super useful for us. The Black Knight has a different situation. They've got an ogre coming. So we did have to wound our blue cube, though. That does suck a bit. But like I said, my take is we're winning this in a turn. Let's take the Gnoll on here. Now the Gnoll gets us nothing. Are we hidden? We are. I love the cocked dice. I love how perfect that cocked die is. Anyway, so here we are. And the Gnoll's either, so we're going to go all out again. And we have alerted, so we can play. I can play 6 cubes. So I'm going to play 3 cubes here and 3 cubes here. And that's going to be an auto kill again. And there's quite a few auto kills if you're fighting one guy. Sometimes it's hard to not, right? It's easy. The easiest thing to do is go all out offense. So what's going to happen is this guy's going to flip or not. He does. His defense is a 0 now. So R3 beats his 0. We do 3 points of damage. We kill the Gnoll. Black Knight gets 8 fame. That puts him to 35. Now there are, so keep in mind, Raven, that there are points where we would actually, it would matter, by the way. I haven't totally screwed up the original vision. Essentially, I have made a table and I rolled randomly to get all the things. I don't know if I can I paste this table? No, that's terrible. Oh my God, no, don't do that. That would be a horrible thing to do. It would spam chat with a bazillion characters and sort of be pointless. Give me a second. I'm actually down to negative. There we go. Okay. So I made a giant chart, by the way. And that giant chart has 60 things, and some of them require fame, and some of them, and so on. So, and I think maybe we need to put those, make more of those so that there's more fame options in there. Killing a dragon should be more fame. No, they're not that much harder in this game than most creatures. What we haven't seen is sort of funny. We've not seen all the big guardians of the treasure sites. We've actually just not rolled that symbol. And these guys all can be way difficult. This guy casts Fireball. He attacks quick. So there's a lot of dudes. There's the Great Drake. Again, we have not seen any of those at all this game. It's been actually very quiet. I think we're done though with the day, right? The Gnoll's dead. So everybody's finished their combat. We are now just awaiting the end. I feel bad. I'm like, oh man, game's over. It's pretty much over, man. So let's see what happens. Let's put these back here. It's turn 17. Let's draw. The Black Knight is first. I do think we're going to loot the Horde. I think we're doing it. Oh, I don't even think he snuck. So yeah, so that's. Can we loot the Horde still? What do we got in the Horde? I have 4 cards. I'll take 4 cards. Maybe one of them is an epic weapon. That would be great. 5. That's a fail. So 1 fail. 2 fails. So yeah, there's at least 2 different kinds of dragons we haven't seen. They're the big guardians, and they are tougher. 3 fails. We've not found Jack All here. So that sucks. I'll loot one last time, see what happens. We get the second card. Second card is a deep treasure. That's good. That's a big one. It's just the golden icon. It'd be worth legend and fame and 31 gold, but nothing else. And we're done. We're done with the day for him. And now it's the Rune Sword's turn, and the Rune Sword is going to roll his search. He's going to search 4 times, going all out. Go for broke. He fails. Okay, well, that's cool. That's 1. 2. This is his 3rd search. 3. Oh, my God. Okay, so he's done 3 searches. The question is, so here's the thing. At the end of the day, the search is reset. You can't... So right now he can re-roll this die. And that die he can roll, and he can hope. For sake of the game, I'm going to sneak, and he's going to stop, and he's going to hold up. Because I don't want to die. I don't want to get caught by the demon or some bullshit at the end of the game and get him killed 1 box away from winning the damn game. The Enchantress goes. She's going to search for this secret power. That's a fail. I've been rolling crap. That's 1. 2. There you go. So in 2 search phases, she gets to put her widget on this path. I think that's 2 paths she has. Yeah, so she has 2 paths. Okay. That's... did she draw for the mountain? She needs to make sure she draws for the damn mountain too, though. And she does get a site. I didn't realize she was the first person to visit that mountain. And it is the crypt in 5. So she is also sitting on top of the crypt. So I'm going to give her a 1 more search to find the crypt. And she does. And again, that would be a legend point and fame points. But again, it barely matters at this juncture. And she hides because, again, super dangerous to not do that. Done. Let's roll these dice. And see what horrors they might bring. It's been quiet. Monsters have not been like I've seen games where just monsters have poured out of the damn woodwork. And this game, nothing. Caves, nothing. Caves are nothing. Nothing. Bones, nothing. Cobalt, nope, nothing. That's stink is what brings kobolds, and stink brings gnolls. And we are done with the day. We're ready for the 18th day. Black Knight is first. Sure, we'll loot one more. He's a dwarf. He can't help himself. One. That's a fail. Two. Come on. We need one low roll. It's not. There we go. One. He gets the first treasure in the pile of the horde. He pulls it. It is. Oh my god! You got to be kidding me. It's a great weapon. It's a cool weapon. It's a cool weapon. You must have 3 or more charisma to equip this. Done. Nope, he can't use it. It's cool. Again, and this is cool. This would be cool for our newly minted what's her face? Or newly minted enchantress, because it can do 4 damage on two might. And she has 2 might. So all of a sudden, and that's one thing I love about this game and Magic Realm, is that it's interesting because one weapon, one item can change a lot about how you are playing. Okay, so that's 2 loots. He's down to 2 treasures. I think he's done. So he goes 3. Do dire wolves help him at all? Sure. He's going to go 4. He's going to move. And he is done. The enchantress. I mean, she could search for the crypt. I just don't know if it does her any damn good. Can she pull this out anyway? Sure she can. 100%. So she's going to fly to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. She has to land randomly. She lands in 4. She's there. So that's 1 move. This is 2 moves. This is 3 moves. So she has entered another plains tile. Has she entered 3 of them yet? I don't think she has. She's entered 1. That's a cave. No, so that's second. That's fine. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. So 1 move, 2, 3. She ends up in a plains tile. She'll hide again. She is done. And this guy, all he has to do is search. So he's going to search 4 times, or 3 times at least. That's 1. It might, but she would have to stay there and loot it. 2. 3. Oh my god. He's going to go 4. He's got this. 4. Yes, 4, and that's the game. Done. He finds the crypt, or the altar, I'm sorry. Copy. Paste the altar. He marks this one. He gets bingo. Done. That's game. Took about 3 hours, actually. It's not terrible. That's not a terrible game at that point. About 18, 19 turns. Yeah, the crypt would have some treasure, so she could have looted the crypt. But again, that's going to take a day or so, right? So what would the crypt have? Let's take a quick look. It would have had the Wand of the Magician. Not terrible, but she doesn't have any targeted spells. It's not really for her. The Adamantium Blade. The Battle Staff. Oh, actually, that's really nice for her. The Battle Staff would be great for her. But not necessarily any better than the dagger, strangely enough. Tricky Ring, nah, she doesn't have any gray. And Bejeweled Helm, actually nothing that great for her, strangely enough. That was pretty cool. I thought that worked. I thought that worked. I should have checked this for everybody. You have to have 3 treasures, though. It's not. And strangely enough, all his crap was. He had 2 treasures that were in his pack that were 4 gold or less. You needed 3 treasures. So one more shitty treasure, and he could have marked that. But doesn't help him. It helps him on this diagonal. And if this diagonal hit, if he'd have killed a direwolf or an owlbear, then hit this, then maybe he has a shot. But at some point, this was a good call. All of a sudden. So, all right. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I probably played terrible for some of these characters, but I thought everybody had a decent enough game. I thought everybody had a decent enough game. But the Rune Sword just had the enough luck to sort of, you know, get them, right? To get the things, get them in order. Once he stepped through the gate and had this, the altar was seen already. He steps through 3 plains tiles and dire wolves appear in plains. So all that sort of lined up, and he took care of business. So that wasn't bad. I thought that worked out really well. Thanks a lot for hanging out, Raven. Flea Block. I hope you get some rest. I have to say I wish we were playing a little bit more, but it's midnight, so I suppose we could bag it here. It's it's already going to be a 3-hour video, so like anyone watches this. So Raven, thanks a lot. I will see you Monday for sure. Maybe Sunday. I'll probably take Sunday off actually to save my voice. And I think that's it, guys. I think we're going to end, and we're going to go to bed and eat something, probably, which is bad for me. So I'm going to try to eat something which won't be terrible. So, because I've drank enough alcohol that eating sounds like a good idea at midnight. So, good night, everybody. I will talk to you all later. And I appreciate you hanging out with me again, of course. And that's it. Yeah, you take care, man. I'll see you Monday.